Welcome to the Esthetician Coach podcast, where passion meets strategy. I'm your host and esthetician coach, Amber Boone, and each week we're talking strategies, solutions, and mindset to build and attract your best life and career yet. Welcome back to the podcast. I started not to do an episode this week because, to be honest with you guys, it's been a rough week. It's been a tough month. My sales are really struggling. And, as you know, I'm newer in this business and I'm still trying to figure out all of the things and trying to figure out how to make the business successful, but also be successful enough that I can pay my bills and survive. Is anyone else out there feeling this right now? Because I know a lot of businesses may be struggling. The economy, whether we want to admit it or not, or pretend it's okay, is not been okay lately. So it's been tough, I feel like, for a lot of small businesses right now. And sometimes it's really hard to show up when nothing is working. And honestly, that's exactly why I decided to show up today, because we all need to see this side of things. When you own your own business, or maybe you're even working for someone else right now, things are not always going to go as planned. We know this, right? You're going to have hard days. You're going to have days where you literally question everything, and sometimes weeks where you question everything. You question what you're doing, the decisions that you're making, the direction that you're going in. So what should you do when things are not working, when you just want to sit down and cry because the sales are not coming in, the clients aren't coming through the doors, and you feel like you're doing all the right things, but you can't seem to quite figure it out? You're going to keep going. You're going to keep putting in the work. We're going to keep showing up when nothing is working, when you're sad, when you're mad and angry, when you can't seem to get it right, when the mindset talks aren't working. Because trust me, I'm a huge believer in mindset and I know how important it is. But sometimes there are days that you just can't get to a happy place. And that's okay. Sometimes we just have to sit with that and be okay with that. But you fight and you remember your why. You go back to why you started this journey in the first place. Why did you choose this path? And you remember that. So go back to those roots. Go back to why you started. And you show up and you fight for what's yours, because this is yours. This is your journey. This is your calling. This is what you're meant to do. Because ultimately, I believe that if you keep showing up and you keep giving it everything you've got, you will be successful. You cannot fail, because you're only going to get better. A couple of things happen when you keep going, when you keep showing up, when you keep putting in the time, you keep putting in the work. You're going to learn from the things that are not working. You're going to learn how to do better. You're going to learn how to be better, and you're going to start showing up better. Not that you're not showing up great now, don't get me wrong, but I just learn as I go on a lot of different things. And I have to shift sometimes, and I have to learn how to do this better, and learn how to make this work. And sometimes I don't know that from the beginning. I learned that by doing, and I learned that by continuing to show up and to be consistent. And that's going to be the key, consistently showing up when nothing is working. You can't go by how you feel, because our feelings are going to change day to day, minute to minute sometimes, or what your current circumstances or situation is telling you. You have to compartmentalize, because over time, you're going to keep improving. You're going to learn from the things that aren't working, and you're going to keep growing. And every business owner, and I know this sometimes doesn't make us feel any better, but every successful business owner or entrepreneur has been exactly where we are in this moment. They have all faced this. This is just part of the journey. You don't start and get great overnight. They just kept going. They kept showing up. They kept figuring it out. They kept getting better and learning. They sought out different ways to get to their end goal. So here are some of the things that I've personally been working on, and maybe they can help you too. If you are maybe in a struggling moment or a moment of despair, or you're trying to figure it all out, learn something. Dive into learning what you're not good at. For me, it's making sales right now. Because if I can't sell my products, my business is not going to survive, period. So I've been trying to work on my sales and marketing skills because they are skills. Sales is a skill. And honestly, I think no matter what business you're in, this is a good one for you to work on if you don't have anything else to work on. Because ultimately, whether we like it or not, no sales is going to be the death of our business. So we have to get good at it. We have to figure it out. There's just no way around that. So we have to figure out the sales component and we have to get good at sales and marketing. And that's going to be our number one job if we're running a business and owning a business. That's just the reality of it, I'm realizing. Number 2, give something or help someone. This serves dual purposes because it does lift your spirits, but it also genuinely helps someone else in need and lifts them up too. And sometimes we all need an extra hand or push. Life can be hard. We know this. So seek out opportunities every day, daily opportunities to help your brother, your sister, your family. Do something that truly helps someone. And as I say, can't give anything in return. Don't expect anything. Just genuinely help them. It's going to make you feel better, but it's also going to make their day. So look for opportunities to help others. Kind of gets us out of that headspace too, Number 3, create something. What can you create today? Maybe it's something for your business. Maybe it's something that will make your heart happy. Either way, it's going to get you again out of that headspace and it will get those creative juices flowing and get you out of that mundane and out of that worrying stage. Because if you're just sitting there worrying about your finances or worrying about sales or worrying about your business, it's not going to help. Unfortunately, I've tried it, just so you guys know. Sitting and worrying, it doesn't do nothing. So try to do something, be active. Maybe it's take a walk. Do anything, but don't sit and worry. And last one, write down 3 things that you're grateful for today. And this gets me every time because when I think about the things I'm grateful for, it really reminds me of how much abundance that I truly have in my life. And when we can get to that abundant mindset instead of that scarcity mindset, good things start to happen for us. And I know this because I've had this happen before. And I know that I need to get to that abundant mindset. But sometimes it's not so easy, when you're in the midst of struggles. But if we can focus on what we're grateful for, that really helps our mindset and it really helps to turn things around for us. Because when I start listing, I can list way more than 3 things that I'm grateful for. There's so many good things in my life. So don't wallow, don't stay stuck. But choose to be grateful for what you have. Choose to help others and keep showing up for you. And I know this was a short episode today, but I just wanted to show up today and remind you that you are not alone and you are making a difference. And this journey, this goal that you have, it is your calling. It is what you were meant to do. And sometimes we just have to work our way around that, work our way through that. And none of it's going to be easy, but we are going to get there. We just keep doing the work. We keep putting those puzzle pieces together. Does anybody else like puzzles? I love jigsaw puzzles. I haven't done one this year, but it's like a puzzle. And you look at it and it's overwhelming at the beginning, because all of the pieces are everywhere. And you're like, oh, is there any way? And sometimes you get frustrated and you go through all the emotions working this puzzle, or at least I do. But then it all starts coming together. And it starts clicking. And eventually, you have that puzzle piece put together. So success is just around the corner for you. And I know things may be hard, but know that this is just a season. This is not the whole story. This is not the end of the story. It's only the beginning. We have different seasons into our life. And sometimes I think we forget that and we feel like, oh, this is a season we're going to be in forever and we're stuck. But that's not the case. Spring comes, summer comes, fall comes, winter. We go through them all every year in life. And it's okay to take a break and to step back and to, if you need to have a cry session, have a cry session. But just make sure you don't stay there. So have your crying session or your fit session or your angry session, and then dust yourself off, pick yourself up, and get back to it, because you have work to do. You have a calling. You have a business, a life, people that depend on you. You have a lot of good things going on. So don't forget that. Thank you so much for being here. If this episode resonated with you, leave me a review, send me a message, and most of all, just keep going. Keep putting one foot in front of the other. If that's all you can do today, that's enough. And I will see you next week.